Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Vu Van, the CEO and co-founder of a company called Elsa, E-L-S-A. Thanks for joining us, Vu.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we don't want to get kids excited. This has nothing to do with the Frozen movie line, I think. But tell us what Elsa is all about.
So yeah, Elsa is not the Frozen Disney character. It stands for English Language Speech Assistant. And what we do is Elsa is an AI that using voice recognition technology to help language learners around the world speak better English by improving their pronunciation so that they can be better understood by native speakers.
Terrific. Now, tell us a little bit more about the platforms that this is available on and step us through how people use it.
Yes. So Elsa was launched in 2016 as the first version on mobile apps. So it was available on both Android and iPhone as the first version. And then in 2017, we launched the official version of Elsa mobile app on both platforms as well, with a much better design and much better experience and much more comprehensive curriculum for people to learn English as well. And recently, just within the last 2 weeks, we launched Elsa Instant, which is a new web plugin that is now allowing Elsa to be available on all of the Chromes and Firefox desktops so that people can start getting their pronunciation feedback, checking for pronunciation in any word or phrases or sentences that they don't know how it's pronounced in English as they surfing the web or reading the news online or doing anything that they do with their laptop on a daily basis as well. So now it's available on desktop in addition to the mobile app version that we have in the last few years.
And again, that's called Elsa Instant. And step us through, once again, you install this, it's a browser plugin?
Yes, it's a browser plugin, and it's available on Google Chrome browser and then also Firefox. And similar to the plugin, it's a simple, just one step to install it. Once you have it, as you read anything like online, the news you're reading, the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, or just surfing Facebook, and you have a word or a sentence or a phrase that you are unsure how Americans people pronounce those things, then you can just right-click on that word or that phrase, and then Elsa Instant plugin will pop up. And first of all, it would allow you to listen to the sample voice, which is how American people would be saying it. And then second, it allows you to record your own voice. And then we give you an instant feedback about what's your score on your pronunciation, where you are right and wrong with different color. Green is correct, and then red, it means it's not correct. And then you can also play back to listen to your own recording to compare to the sample voice. So it's a very simple approach. And then within a second, you can already have it on your desktop and you can just check anything that you want to check.
Really wonderful. Tell us about the apps now. Are they available, you said, on both Android and iOS? And what is the pricing?
Yes. So the mobile app is available for everybody around the world. We have more than 6 million people using the product from 100 countries right now. And everybody get the first 7 days for free where you can just try and play with as much as you want it. And then after that, we limited a few advanced features to the people who then decide to subscribe to our monthly subscription. And the price could vary anywhere between $5 to $8 a month, depends on the package. So if you choose the annual package, it will be cheaper on a monthly basis. And if you choose a monthly package, it's around $8 a month.
How did this come about?
This started out as my personal struggle to learn and speak better English. My background is that I was born and raised in Vietnam, and I had been learning English growing up, just like a lot of Asians. We know English is important, and yet the traditional way of learning English has always been about learning grammar, learning vocabulary. So I could be reading really well, I could be writing really well, but when it comes to speaking, people had a really hard time understanding me. So 10 years ago, I moved from Vietnam to the U.S. to do my MBA and my Master in Education at Stanford University here. And the first quarter, I was really struggling to be understood by all of my friends and my teachers and my professors. And that really hurt my confidence. Anytime I say something, people would be asking me to repeat a few times, and then I just pulled back. I didn't want to communicate in English that much outside of the classroom because I got embarrassed and people had a hard time understanding me. Same for when I went to job interviews. If only I could do all of these job interviews and conversation in writing, nobody would know that I was from Vietnam. But when it comes to speaking, that was a much different story. And I didn't have any solution to help me improve my pronunciation because learning pronunciation is a two-way learning, meaning that if you speak wrong, somebody had to be there to give you the feedback because you yourself couldn't recognize the errors that you have been making. And if I had the money, I would be hiring a speech therapist, which is a one-on-one expert that would be helping me with all of these improvements. But that usually costs you a lot of money, anywhere between $100 to $250 an hour. So as a student, I wouldn't have the ability to afford that. So I was wishing that somebody else could just give me that feedback that I can afford. And so as I graduated and went out and worked for a little bit, I felt like this solution is still missing for a lot of people around the world learning to communicate in English every day. And they want to be more confident. They want to make sure that they can convey the message well. And we thought, why not use AI and voice recognition technology that has been used in other part of our lives like Siri and Google, Alexa. Why not use that to also help people learn to speak better English and get these AI to give you the feedback that you otherwise would not have had if you don't have a speech therapist. And so that was the idea came about, is how I can help other people overcome the challenges that I personally had 10 years ago when I first moved here, and making sure that everybody can speak confidently, let their voice be heard clearly, so that they can reach better opportunities in their lives.
And it doesn't matter what their native language is in terms of using Elsa?
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. We build a technology that we gather the data from people around the world with different accents. So we teach American accent only. So if you want to learn British accent, we're probably not the right solution for you. But as long as you are okay with learning American English, then it doesn't really matter what accent you come from around the world. And it doesn't really matter where your level of proficiency is. Some people would be already quite good, but they just need help in certain words and phrases or like names or cities that look a little different. Then they can use a product. Or somebody could be just very beginning and want to learn everything probably from the start. Then we have a curriculum for you. So the mobile app is more designed for people that need more guidance. The Elsa Instant is more designed for convenience purpose. So you don't have to be a language learner. You could just be a person that had been living in the U.S. for a long time, but every once in a while you run into a word or phrases that you don't know how that's actually being spoken. You can just use Elsa Instant for that purpose as well. The mobile app would have a more personalized curriculum that tailor to you, that follow you through your progress. The Elsa Instant plugin is more like an instant tool that you can check every day, every time. You don't have to think, okay, now it's 5 minutes that I have to learn. You can just be reading the news and then happen to learn something on that moment as well. So it's a two different kind of purpose as we introducing the new Elsa Instant tool to the population.
And you're allowing people to try the app for free. To give it a try.
Yes, everybody gets 7 days for free to try the app. The Elsa Instant, on the other hand, is completely free. Everybody can use it for however long they want it to be.
Wonderful. Well, congratulations on what you're doing with this. For more information, people can go to Elsa Speak, ELSA Speak.com. Vu Van, thank you for taking the time with us.
Again, thank you so much for letting me share the story. Thank you for having me here today.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C. Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. Listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love Crane.